Hey YouTube, welcome to episode 7. In this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how I prepared for my 5K that I ran in recently, actually just this past Sunday. So yeah, I got asked by a few people how I prepared, so I figured, you know what, let me just make a video about it. So this video is coming to you a little later. I'm actually trying to post at least once a week, and preferably on Sunday, Monday, but you know, I think as long as I can hit at least like a video a week, I think I'll be good. You know, sometimes life will get in the way and it'll just be like a little later, but anyways, it's all good. So let me get right into it. Like I said, I recently ran a 5K and my goal was to complete it in under 30 minutes, and I completed it in 27 minutes and 36 seconds. And yeah, it was like the perfect weather for it. It had rained the whole day Saturday, so the roads were a little bit wet, but honestly, temperature wise, it was perfect. The last time I ran a 5K was 2016. Yeah, 2016 in Ottawa, and it was like the hottest day ever. There was a heat advisory. Yeah, it was like they might as well have just canceled it. Like, it was just too damn hot. And you know, ours was just a 5K. I can't even imagine other people who were running like a 10 or a half marathon or anything like that. I believe theirs was rescheduled, but anyways, the point is that in that one I had prepared, not as much as I did this time around, but I did prepare, and I still ended up having to walk at least like half of it. It was so hot. Like, I remember at one point my fingertips were tingling and my toes were tingling, and I was just like like, I don't know, I felt like I was having this like out of body experience, and it felt like I was gonna faint or something. I don't even know, but yeah, it wasn't fun. And even like the water that they have along the way, they didn't have it until like, I don't even know, like 3/4 of the race, you know, into it, like 3/4 of the way into it, and it's like, okay, by now we're already dead. So yeah, it was just it was unbearable. It was, yeah, so I knew deep down I definitely would have to redeem myself one day, so this was it. So I'm really happy. And so how I prepared was, so before taking this on, I've always done like, usually I do HIIT at home, and I'll do like strength training, and I'll do yoga. So that's my like go-to exercises that I do at home. I love working out at home. It's actually going to be a part of what I will be sharing with clients once I start taking some on for my my nutritional coaching and personal training. It's, you know, for people who prefer to work out at home and don't necessarily either have the time, money, or anything, access to going to the gym. And for me, it's like in Korea, you know, apartments are really small, but I've always been able to find a way to fit in at least enough room to work out. And so yeah, so keeping that in mind, now when I did go to start training for the race, I didn't feel like intimidated, but I still felt like, okay, I'm sure I'm gonna have some work to do, because I mean, the way that you're working while doing HIIT, for instance, is not the same way that you're gonna be, you know, working when you're running. Like, it's gonna be pulling on different parts of like your oxygen resources. And so I knew that, okay, when it comes to endurance, like that kind of endurance, I need to work on that. So yeah, so I got right into it. Honestly, I remember going online just looking like, okay, just to get ideas like what's the best approach. I knew for sure that I would need to do this outside to get the best, you know, the best, what is that word? Oh God, sorry, it's late in the day. Actually, it's not that late. It's only 8 p.m. But anyways, The best, whatchamacallit, the best for my money, the most bang for my buck. I knew I would have to do it outside. I considered doing it on the treadmill because honestly, I didn't really like the idea of like, okay, I have to find somewhere to run, and I don't know if there's a track near me, and if there's no track, then I have to like, you know, run on the sidewalk, and then I have to figure out like which way I'm gonna go. And I was just like, I'm not really trying to be all out there like that. but yeah, I knew that running outside would be the most beneficial. Actually, my last 5K, I did most of my training indoors on a treadmill, so I would actually really advise training outside. Yeah, so I started off by doing intervals. So I would do 12 minutes, no, sorry. I started off with 10-minute running and 1 minute walking. And I would do that, I did that 2 times through. And then I would do that for about a week and a half. And then I went up to 12 minutes running and 2 minutes walking. And honestly, I only did the 12-minute, 2-minute thing for like 4 or 5 days. So like a week. And then I was ready. I was really eager to see like, okay, it's been, you know, like what, 2-3 weeks now. I want to, like, I'm pretty sure I can run straight. I just wanted to see, if anything, where am I at? How much more work do I have to go? So I remember after like the 4th or 5th day of the 12-minute, 2-minute walking thing, I was like, all right, today I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see. And I did. I went at a nice, slow, steady pace, and yeah, I did it. I was at like 32 minutes and some change. So it was pretty good. And mind you, the course that I run has one pretty long hill, and oh my god, it's such a killer. I'm just like, oh my goodness, I don't even like this hill. I'm always dreading the hill. I'm always like, this hill will be the death of me. No, I'm kidding. But the hill, and Korea is very hilly, so you know, if you can avoid a hill, like, kudos. But unfortunately, I could not avoid a hill, and so I have a hill. And but that hill has definitely helped me with my endurance for sure, because it made the race course feel like super easy. So yeah, after I did that, I knew like, okay, well, I can do it. I've built up my endurance, and now I just have to work on my pace and, you know, improving my time. Also my breathing. So a couple things. When I first started the interval training, I also noticed that I was getting very, very tired within those like 10 minutes of running. And after doing a little more research, I realized like, actually, okay, my form wasn't right. So I would like run with my shoulders hunched up, and you're supposed to have your shoulders relaxed and down. And yeah, just like try and keep your posture very relaxed but upright and looking straight ahead and not down. And also the way that I was stepping too, like my stride was too wide, and I was going too fast. So you're supposed to be able to like maintain a conversation while jogging, and I definitely could not talk. I was going too fast. I was getting way too tired, too exerted, you know. And so once I tweaked those things, oh, and one more thing, I also wasn't wearing the right shoes. So I have running shoes that are actually meant for training, and I was using that for running. And after like a week, the soles of my feet were killing. Like I couldn't even, and you know, and I'm a teacher, so I'm on my feet like quite a bit in the day. That, and then with the running like 5 times a week, my feet, oh my god, I remember I'd be standing on the subway just like switching from one foot to the next because I couldn't even, yeah, it hurt. So I nixed that like really early on though. Like I realized like, okay, I think these shoes aren't good. So I remember, what is the name of the store? Okay, I'll leave it in the details below. The name of the store, I found it through this Facebook group in Korea. It's called Flyers Running Club or something like that. But it's basically like, you know, runners in Seoul who meet a few times a week, and they run together. And actually I'm planning to join them for one of their runs. I'm really excited about that, especially now that I've done my 5K, so I don't feel as intimidated. But like they're welcome to every level, and they have every level, and they encourage you to like come out and run. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But anyways, I will leave the comments below for the shoe store that I went to. I knew that I would have to go somewhere that they spoke English, and somewhere that would carry, you know, like foreigner sizes, regular sizes, so not Korean sizes, because it's kind of hard to find shoes here. So yeah, I was able to go into the store, and I got I got my feet sized. They checked like the step to see like, okay, does she have an arch? Any, like, you know, I forget what the name is even of the test, but anyways, it's one of those like assessments or evaluations that you do to find out like if you have any like things that need to be customized on your shoes. So found out I have a mid arch, and I don't step any kind of way that required some type of special soles or anything like that. So I was able to walk out with just like, you know, like a pair of Nike, I think they're like Pegasus. I don't know how they're pronounced, but yes, I was very happy with my purchase. They're a great investment. So yeah, I will leave that in the details below for anyone who's in Korea and needs a new pair of runners and doesn't want to get them online. I did look at Amazon, and it was like, okay, 130 for the pair of shoes, and then 130 for shipping. That's crazy. It's like, that's ridiculous. So I knew that I would have to get it from here, so that's why I like, you know, did my research. So that, anyway, so those were the things that I made sure to take care of from the beginning, that I knew would hinder my training progress. So once those things are like, you know, fixed and down packed, I used the app Nike Run Club, Nike Plus Run Club. And the reason I love it is because like you can track your running, like, you know, you can track your distance and all that. Also, you know, it talks to you, so it keeps you updated with how your run is going. But also they have like all these guided runs, and it's really cool because, you know, even for training, you can just like choose under the guided runs for anything you want to do. If you want to do like a recovery run, if you want to do like a, you know, a sprinting thing, you want to train with sprinting, you want to do a speed run, you know, they have everything. They even have like, I saw like a meditation running or something, running while meditating. I'm really looking forward to trying that out. So yeah, I really like it. And then obviously it keeps track of all your runs. And another thing that I like about it is that at the end of the run, there's this motivational, you know, thing that's said by like a coach, it's like a different coach each time, but they'll usually have something like badass to say, like, wow, man, look at you running. Your friends must be wondering where you're at these days. Okay, that was really corny, but they say some really motivational stuff that has you feeling like, okay, I'm like, like, you know. So yeah, I like that too. So that's what I use. But in the past, I have used the Couch to 5K, I believe it's called. It's like this yellow app. I used that in the past, and that I also like that because it's like, every day it shows you like, okay, this is what you're going to do this day, this is what you're going to do this day. But that's a paid app, so, you know, it's like if you don't want to pay, maybe find something else that isn't. I know there's a free trial, but I believe it's only a trial for like a week unless it's changed. But yeah, I ended up paying for the 5K, like the full 5K, and it was only like $3.99, I believe, at the time. This is a long time ago. So yeah, if you need like more structure and every day being told like what to do, then for sure something like that would be better. But if you can just if you're good with just like, you know, like your own thing, like the intervals like I did, or even using one of the guided runs that is offered on the Nike Plus app, then hey. But there's honestly tons of other apps out there. That's just the one that I prefer the most. So so that, and what else? Oh, okay, so I was running at least 5 times a week, and I was resting 2 days. Now, I would run for like the 30 minutes, 30 and some change. And then I'd come home and I would do some strength training. So I would alternate like upper body, lower body, upper body, like that. And then I would stretch after that. Oh, and I would stretch before running too. And so before running, I would do active stretches. So not like those stretches where you like hold and switch to the next. I would do like the moving stretches like that to get my muscles warm and limber. And then after I was done everything, I would do the static stretches where you hold for like, you know, 15 to 30 seconds like that. Yeah, the strength training I would do using either my own thing, like I have weights, dumbbells and stuff here at home, or I would just, you know, turn on Fitness Blender, which is like my favorite or my most preferred YouTube channel for workouts. They have, you know, any and every workout imaginable. So I would do that, and then the stretches I would do by myself. On my rest days, I would do at least like some stretches and then usually some yoga as well. And if I didn't want to freestyle my own yoga, I'd turn on Yoga with Adriene, my favorite yoga channel on YouTube. So yeah, so I was like combining everything to make like a wholesome, you know, plan. So yeah. And something else too that I'm still working on is my breathing. So I know how important it is with the breathing to help with like your endurance and with everything, all the exercise and everything. And at first I felt kind of like nervous about that, like, oh man, I'm not breathing like 3 in and 1 out, because when you look online, you know, there people have all these like things about like, oh, you can breathe this way where you breathe like 2 in and 2 out, or that way where you do 3 in and 3. And it was just like, okay, there's too many numbers here, you lost me. Like, I don't know. And then I remember finding this one article that was kind of like, breathe in the way that feels most comfortable for you. You know, like if you find a breathing pattern that works, then just stick to that. And so that's what I did. And you know, it's working for me, but I feel like especially for training, to train for the 10K, I'm gonna need to like have a breakthrough with my breathing, and just because it's like I'm kind of like all over the place. Like I'll breathe how I feel necessary, but sometimes I do find myself like really trying to like get some air, and I think that's too much time being spent on my breathing while I'm trying to just, you know, like run. Like I shouldn't be trying to catch my breath. It should just be like, you know, but obviously especially for the hill, it's the hill time, and after the hill, like trying to recover. So yeah, the breathing definitely, I think it'll come with time though, so I'm not nervous about that. So yeah, all these things, that's how I prepared. And nutrition wise, I always drink at least like 1 smoothie every day, and in that smoothie there's a banana, and as a snack I have a banana. And yeah, I think you should, if you don't already eat bananas, incorporate that into your regimen, because it helps with your training and with your fitness abilities and recovery especially too. So yeah, what else? Is there anything I'm missing? I think that's pretty much it. So I mean, if I think of anything else, I will leave it in the description of this video, but that's pretty much it. So let me know if you have any other suggestions. I'm gonna be training for a 10K next, and after that, who knows, maybe a half marathon or maybe a triathlon, who knows. But let me know if you have any tips for me to train for the 10K. I already have a schedule in mind that I plan to implement, so I'm comfortable with that, but I'm way open to suggestions and feedback and all that, and to even hearing how your preparations are going if you're training for a 5K. So yeah, running, it's like, it's become therapy for me. When the days I don't run, I'm like, oh man, like I want to run, but I'm like, no, you have to rest, you know. And but sometimes I do feel like, oh, I don't want to run today, you know, and sometimes I do have to like actually push myself to go and run. But after I run, I never regret running. I always feel so happy, and it's really funny because my coworkers sometimes, they're like, why are you so happy? Like, you're bouncing off the walls. And it's just this like high. I have this high after, and nothing can go wrong. I'm just like, oh, I feel amazing. It's like this drug. So yeah, I'm not giving it up for anyone. Okay, anyways, this video is much longer than I intended it to be, so I'm gonna cut it right there. All right, thank you so much for watching, and as usual, please subscribe, like, and share. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, take care. Hit tap.